Hey everyone, ArdrethShadow here, and welcome to Doki Doki Forlorn Heart, Chapter 1, Daydream. Kind of. For anyone familiar with the channel, you might be wondering, but ArdrethShadow, didn't you already play didn't you already play Forlorn Heart? Well, for that, I have a couple things to say. One, thank you for watching the dev commentary, and two, yes, although this is technically, I guess you could say a more updated version, but you'll see in just a moment. Anyway, so Doki Doki Forlorn Heart Chapter 1 Daydream is a mod, not affiliated, Team Auto, designed to be played after the official game. They are required to get those, so I'm not going to mess with Steam, so maybe we should get it from there, and da-da-da-da-da. And I agree with the fish thing! So yeah, very familiar music. I made that. Okay. So if you can't tell by the title or the logo here, this is what my team and I are calling a director's cut. So the mod is now extended, so there's a little more going on this time. Which is what sets it apart from the original version, which is going to essentially be replaced by this. So let us get started here. I'll probably go into it more in just, well, a while. And this is also going to be the debut of Akane's new black dress. I finally kind of updated the original one. Oh, why hello there, players. You startled me there for a moment. When the moon rises in the sky, a night full of passion... Well, I messed that up. When the moon rises in the sky, a night full of drama, passion, and the bizarre often awaits for you. Good evening and welcome to the show. I'm your host, Akane Kotobuki. You may also know me as the Black Rose. I'm here on behalf of the gentlemen of Team Trader since they aren't able to greet you themselves. I'll be your guide for the night ahead of us, of twists, turns, and love. So tell me, players, do you believe in love? Do you believe in love? Okay, no. I know it might sound like a silly question, but what does love really mean to you? This story in particular. This story is something kind of close to my heart, if I'm being honest. It's a story of two star-crossed lovers and a shadow that threatens them from uniting their hearts as one. A young man, struggling to find the courage to confess to the girl he's admired from afar. And the girl struggling to be confident and love herself for who she is. You may not think it, but I was in a similar place myself at one point, but that's a story for another time. I wasn't lying when I said this story is personal to me, since it hits close to home. Well, you'll see why pretty soon. Anyway, why don't we get on with the show? I bet you're all just dying to see what's in store for you all. I'll catch you later, my forlorn hearts. Ready then. So at least... Okay, hold on. What is it that you truly desire? So at least in the beginning, it's still going to sort of play out like the original Chapter 1 of Forlorn Heart. Eventually, well, there are going to be some differences, I'll point them out, but a lot of the differences don't come until like the second half of the game. Oh man, how long was I asleep for? Wait, everyone else is gone? Well, everyone except for Akane? I look over to the opposite corner of the room and I see Akane, one of the girls in our class, reading silently to herself. For the longest time, I've wanted to tell her how I feel about her, but I've been too shy and nervous. So I end up talking myself out of it and retreating to safety. From the look of things, everyone else seems to have gone home. Maybe now is the perfect opportunity to at least talk to her and hope I don't embarrass myself. Alright. I guess it's now or never. I have to tell her before we graduate. I slide my chair out and nervously walk over to Akane, who is lost in the world of reading. The wonderful world of reading. I pass by Amy's desk, which so happens to have a strange notebook on it. Something about it feels discomforting and foreboding. Whatever, I shouldn't concern myself with that now. I position myself on the left side of her desk as I clear my throat. Akane? I have something I want to tell you. I'm so nervous that I mumble those words to myself. Akane looks up from her book and right at me. Sorry, what was that? I have something I want to tell you. Okay. I've liked you for a long time. Will you please go out with me? I'm sorry, but who are you? My heart sinks. I'm sorry to disturb you, Akane. She gives me a confused stare as I turn away from her, quickly grabbing my things and making my way for the door. No. Please. I'm sorry. Don't make this any more awkward for us than it already is, Akane. Don't cry for me, because I'm already dead. I get out of the classroom and shut the door behind me. I then make my way home, hoping this feeling of shame passes once I try to take my mind off things. Yeah, that didn't end well. Why do you hesitate? I don't know. Oh man, how long was I asleep for? Wait, everyone else is gone? Everyone except for Akane? Akane and Amy, apparently. Amy is sitting in front of me doing whatever. Meanwhile, Akane is in the other corner of the room reading silently to herself. Aside from Amy being here, I have the strangest feeling of déjà vu, like I've been in this place before. Well, I won't let that bother me right now. I've wanted to talk to Akane and confess my feelings for her, but I've been too shy to talk to her about it. In the end, I just end up talking myself out of confessing to her. The whole thing makes my anxiety shoot through the roof. It'd be a good time to talk to her, but Amy being here just makes things more awkward. Yeah, and you're gonna see why in a little bit. Why is she even here anyway? I see her looking through some notebook with some kind of lock as I approach her desk. Hey, Amy. And yeah, as I mentioned in the original dev commentary, Amy finally makes her grand return to our mods. Oh, what is it, Daniel? And I still don't know what kind of voice to give her. Not much. I was just wondering what you were doing here. I go to school here. Why else would I be here? What? Come on, I know that. I mean, why are you still here after school? I don't think I've seen you do that before. I suppose so. I kind of figured I'd stay here and get some work done. Wouldn't it be nice to go home before it gets dark outside or too late? Yeah, probably, but I think I'll be fine. Great, now what? If this whole confess my love to Akane thing blows up in my face, I'm going to face public humiliation. Alright, up against the wall. It's time for public humiliation. Alright, well. Amy is an interesting person, to say the least. And yeah, you're going to see why. Maybe I should just get straight to the point here. Say, Amy, could you do me a favor and leave the classroom? Let's leave! Leave? Okay, what are you trying to pull here? I'm just saying, it's going to get late soon. I know my mom would be concerned about me if I stayed here longer than I should. What about your family? If I leave, then who's going to stop your evil plan? Wait, what? Oh, I'm on to you, Daniel. You beast. I'm not falling for it. What kind of person do you take me for? One of a kind. Well, whatever. Even if you're not some filthy pervert, I don't feel like leaving. Okay, fine. So much for that. There's no reasoning with her, and I can't just force her out of the room. Sure you can, but... yeah, it still wouldn't be a good idea. I guess I'm confessing my love to Akane with Amy as my witness. I swear, with Amy as my witness! Okay, no. I hope this doesn't backfire too badly. I have to talk to her before we graduate. I reluctantly walk over to Akane's desk and clear my throat. She looks up from her book to meet my gaze. Akane? I just wanted to tell you that I liked you for the longest time. Sorry, could you repeat that? I like you, Akane. I didn't quite catch that. Could you speak up a little? I like you, Akane! I'm sorry, but I can't understand you. Could you please leave me be? I really need to study right now. My heart sinks. She didn't... Damn it all. I was mumbling and jumbling my words like a fool because I was so damn nervous. I look back and see Amy flashing me a devious grin as she closes her notebook. That notebook. Why does it look familiar? I'm sorry. I quickly gather up my things and make a beeline for the door. I get out of the classroom and shut the door behind me. I make my way home, hoping these feelings of shame and failure pass once I try to take my mind off things. Still running away from love. Because how can it be, boy, you still run away, you chase a dream from heaven above. Okay, no. Obviously, I cannot sing that song as good as she does. But here we are. Oh man, how long was I asleep for? Looks like I'm alone except for Amy and Akane, apparently. Amy is sitting in front of me while Akane is in the other corner of the room, silently reading to herself. Wait a minute. This all feels so damn familiar to me for some reason. Well, I guess I won't let that bother me right now. I've wanted to talk to Akane and confess my feelings for her, but I've been way too shy to tell her. In the end, I just end up talking myself out of confessing to her because the whole thing makes me feel so awkward. It'd be a good time to talk to her, but Amy being here just makes things even worse. Maybe if I waste some time, she'll eventually leave. I go through some of the books in the closet area. I recognize a few of these titles, but others don't ring a bell. Which one should I inspect? Which one do you want? Okay. And if you've paid attention to Team Trader's mods, some of these... Okay, well honestly, all of these should look familiar. There's only one that I'll give you a free pass with. I guess let's go ahead and start. Wicked Witchcraft. It's a love story about a guy who falls in love with a beautiful witch that has him as her prisoner. The premise alone almost makes it sound like a dirty fanfiction, but it's actually not. Yeah, I was even thinking that at one point, like, yeah, she basically kidnaps him, has him tied up, and, you know, as her prisoner against his will, and...
You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're...
I'm just here like... it is like one of the most wholesome and like light-hearted mods that we've put out, but yeah, I'm just like... I've heard that it's kind of a cute love story, but maybe not my thing per se. Which one do you want? Forlorn Heart, which is where we're in. It's kind of a famous novel, but I don't think it's anything special. Upon closer inspection, there's some kind of weird metal piece used as a bookmark. It almost looks like a puzzle piece. I think I'll hold on to it. Which one do you want? Okay, and the one that we don't talk about anymore, Tainted Love, is a story about a guy who's in love with two women. I'm sure that ended well for him. I heard this book made a lot of people angry at the author. The author apparently lives in isolation out of fear due to receiving angry threats. And finally, Carpe Diem, which is one of our first ever mods. A story about a guy who confessed to the girl he's had feelings for and their happy relationship. Well, kind of. I never read it, but I had the ending spoiled for me. King Lear dies! Okay, no. It's like, yes, I'm sorry if you're reading King Lear right now, but he dies at the end! Anyhow, still, that's the kind of relationship I want with Akane. Seize the day, right? That means I need to stop hesitating and just do it like the crazy guy with the beard says. And don't let your dreams be dreams! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, but... Okay, no. I don't know the whole speech. I know parts of it, obviously. Well, not much going on here, really. There are some drawers in here, too, but those seem to be locked. I look back over, and Amy is still there. Aw, damn it. Well, I guess I'm confessing to Akane with Amy as my witness. Again. The whole thing feels familiar to me somehow, but I don't know why. Okay, my mind is made up. I'm going to confess to Akane. I'm going to seize the day. At least I want to, but then I totally freeze up as I'm right in front of her desk. Oh god, not now! Akane looks up from her book, giving me a confused stare. Oh, Daniel. Is there something I can help you with? Oh, hi, Akane. I just wanted to say... Say what? I like your shoes! Akane is understandably confused as she looks down at her feet and then back to me. Oh, thank you, Daniel. I'm glad you like them. Even though I don't know why you're looking at my feet. And now she thinks I'm some kind of weirdo. I swear to you, I'm not into that! Great. As I go back to my seat, I notice Amy giggling to herself as she hides her face behind the notebook she's going through. Really smooth, Daniel. I bet Akane will be head over heels for you now that she knows how much you're into her feet. Nice going. I ignore her and take one last look at that notebook. Why does it look so familiar to me? I waste no time thinking about it as I grab my stuff and leave the classroom out of complete shame. Now Akane thinks I have some weird habits. And there's the other part of the song. You chase a dream from heaven above. Where in the world will you find a place to stay? You run away from love. Oh man. How long was I asleep for? Exactly 7 years! Okay, no, it hasn't been that long. Wait, everyone else is gone? Well, except for Akane and Amy, it seems. Okay, I can't ignore it anymore. The leaky faucet out there is driving me crazy! Okay, no. This feels so damn familiar and I have no idea why. It's almost like I'm in some kind of time loop like in this movie I saw once, except I can't remember a blasted thing. It doesn't look like the two girls are bothered by anything. Well, I don't know anymore. The only thing I do know is that aside from Amy being here, it's a good opportunity to try and confess to Akane before we graduate. As I get out of my desk, I check my pocket and find a strange metal puzzle piece. How did that get in there? Well, I'll just hang on to it for now.
What are you doing, Daniel?
Ah!
You know, aside from being so strange.
Nothing. Nothing you should be concerned about anyway.
Oh, this tiger's got some claws. I like it.
A little fight in you. I like that. They're gonna love me. Okay, no. What do you want, Amy?
I'm the one asking the questions, Daniel.
Knock knock. Who's there? I'll ask the questions!
I just saw you pulling something out of your pocket and I want to know what it is, that's all.
I don't even know what this is, but I can't tell her that. Yeah, hi, I have this thing in my pocket and I don't know what it is, but here it is, anyway, in my pocket. For reasons I don't know. I was just making sure I had my house keys on me.
Oh. Well, that's all you had to say. Was that so hard, Daniel?
What are you doing?
I'm knitting sweaters, what do you think? I doubt you'd understand, but I'm looking over this academic journal I picked up this morning. There's this new museum exhibit opening this weekend I was interested in.
I had no idea you'd be interested in that kind of thing. Here I thought you were super into spiders.
Why does everyone keep saying that like it's a bad thing?
I take a look at the journal and notice a picture of a strange-looking mask with a detailed write-up.
There's more to me than just being a spider lover, you know.
Okay, Momoko.
I'm not so one-dimensional like the girls from those perfect games you play.
What kind of person do you think I am? Besides, those are visual novels, not perfect games, Amy.
It's all the same to me.
So that mask?
Legend has it that the only hope of ever getting out of there is a mask that every deep-sea creature has been craving for years.
She pauses to look at the picture and then back to me. I'm on a horse. Okay, no. This mod would be so much different if he was, I don't know, some kind of Old Spice spokesman or whatever. And he could be on a horse.
I just really admire the craftsmanship of these things, you know. These ancient civilizations are just so fascinating to me. I heard this mask was used as part of a ritual, I heard this mask was used as part of some ritual the locals would perform at the time.
Just what kind of rituals?
The less you know, Daniel, the better. Life has many doors, after all.
Life has many doors, Ed boy. Yes, I had to put that in there. Because, yeah, the face she's making and then the way she just says the less you know, the better. I'm just here like, it's giving me some total life has many doors kind of vibe. Well, that was an experience. Yes, it was. Not one I'd like to have again, if I'm being real. I back away slowly as Amy gives me a devious grin before looking back at whatever the hell she's looking at. I turn back around and I'm suddenly face to face with Akane.
Oh, hi, Daniel.
Hi, Akane.
You look like you were going to say something. Was there something you needed?
Go on. Just tell her. Stop hesitating. Be upfront with her. Yes, because women appreciate honesty. But maybe not this much honesty. Akane, I like you, and I want to be by your side for the rest of our lives. What the hell did I just say to her? Her cheeks turn red as she looks away from me. There's a pause before she speaks again.
Sorry, but I'm not really into guys.
Huh? Before I can say anything, Amy pushes past me.
I think we should get going, don't you? Yeah, it's going to be getting late very soon.
I stand there in shock as Amy takes Akane's hand to help her out of her seat. Upon gathering their things, they exit the classroom. Before leaving, however, Amy stays back just long enough to make a rather obscene gesture to me with a devious grin. As the two girls leave, I sit back in my desk and take a moment to rethink a few things. I guess that just kind of makes you want to put things into perspective a little bit, having an experience like that. Are your will and honor strong? Oh man, how long was I asleep for? Wait, everyone else is gone? Everyone except for Akane? Okay, I know I've gone through this before. Deja vu, because I've been in this place before, higher in the streets, and, okay, no. What the hell is going on here? I look around and see a stack of papers on a desk next to me. I then spot a notebook on Amy's desk right in front of me. That notebook. What is it? What is this? I get it from my desk to take a look at it. That's when I see that it has a square-shaped imprint on it, as well as a strange combination lock on it. I move to get closer and I feel something in my pocket. I reach in and pull out what I can only describe as a metal puzzle piece. What if? What if it snowed in San Francisco? Okay, no. Well, okay, technically I have already put it in the mod, but it's too much of a crazy line not to, like, reuse it somehow. So, who knows, maybe What If It Snowed in San Francisco will return someday. What if? Could it? I place the puzzle piece in the notebook and it fits. Looking at some more, there seems to be room for maybe 3 other pieces. I don't know how I got this one. Where am I going to find the other ones? As I put my hand on the stack of papers, I notice something strange about them. Why do they have my name on them? These all look like past assignments I turned in. Why are they here, though? As I rifle through them, something slides out and clatters to the floor. My eyes widen as I get a good look at it. I then look back over to the notebook. I pick up the object and place it in the notebook. It's a perfect match. Another puzzle piece. Ask and you shall receive, I guess. That's 2 of them, but I don't know where the others are. I take the 2 puzzle pieces and place them in my pocket. As I neatly put the papers back how I found them, I hear something. Or rather, someone. Someone singing in the distance. I slip out the back door as to not disturb Akane, as I try to figure out who's out there. I don't know why, but this song... I almost feel like it has a hold on me. And if you played Shadow Time Rewind, you might have an idea why. This song, this melody, something about it feels familiar yet totally foreign to me all at once. My body starts acting on its own as I begin walking toward one of the rooms further down the hall. I open the door, and that's when I find her. Amy?
Oh, Daniel. Hasn't anyone ever taught you to knock before you enter on a woman in private?
Grumpy. She is very grumpy and I love it. That song just now.
Oh, so you heard that. Yes, you might say I was doing a bit of practicing, that's all.
Singing practice, you mean?
Something like that. You still haven't answered my question, though.
Sorry. I just heard someone singing and, well, I didn't mean to barge in on you like that or anything.
I suppose it's all right. It's not as though I was getting undressed or anything.
I turn away from her as soon as she says that.
Oh. You better not be thinking anything, you beast. You probably came in here just to surprise a helpless girl, pinning her to the wall to tear away her clothes and have your way with her.
I was going to tell you that I think you have a nice singing voice, but I don't think I will now if that's how you feel.
So you like the way my voice sounds?
Well,
My Daniel, are you falling for me? Come on then, Daniel. Go on and fool me.
So I cry, I pray, and I beg. Love me, say that you love me. Fool me, go on and fool me.
don't get the wrong idea or anything. He is a tsundere confirmed. Well, not exactly, but no.
You're right. What would Akane think?
What? What does she have to do with this? Everything.
Anyone with eyes can see it, Daniel. It's pretty obvious you like her from the ways you gaze.
Yeah. A little bit of a tongue twister for some reason.
It's pretty obvious you like her from the way you gaze at her. And I don't think I've seen you struggling to have a conversation. And don't think I haven't seen you struggling to have a conversation with her lately.
I let out a defeated slop. Dang it. I guess this is where my tongue stops working and we're only like half an hour in. I let out a defeated sigh as I slump into a nearby desk.
Relax, it's not as though I'm going to tell her anything, or relax, it's not as though I'm going to go tell her, or anything. Or sweep her off her feet myself.
Because you did technically do that. Wait, what?
She is very pretty, that much I can say.
Okay, and I guess here is where we get into some of the director's cut material.
Possibly one of the most beautiful girls in our class besides Kodanoa and Himari. If we're talking the most beautiful girl in the entire school, there's more competition there. Because now we have to consider girls like Destiny Tenchuin and, of course, Monika Akiyama. But I digress. Going back to Akane for a moment, she's very shy and reserved as well. I don't think I've ever heard her speak up often thinking about it. So I'm not sure if I totally understand that girl myself. Maybe it's that mystery surrounding her that makes her so alluring.
I stay silent as I struggle to find a response to that. Amy lets out a sigh before she speaks again.
Tell me, Daniel, do you believe in fate?
Where's this coming from?
Oh, nothing specific. I've always just found the idea of fate rather fascinating, especially the idea of trying to defy it. Do you think it's possible to fight against fate itself?
I don't know why you're asking me, but I guess anything is possible. After all, the future isn't something that's written in stone.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say.
You're not making much sense here, Amy. Does she ever make sense?
Don't worry too much about me. I'm just rambling to myself at this point. Speaking of Akane, though, don't you have something to do?
Yes, you need to go stop that leaky faucet. Ah, you're right! I've got to run. I rush out of the room and back to our classroom. I want to tell Akane about my feelings before we graduate. I nervously approach Akane's desk, my knees knocking. You could probably hear them from all the way down the hall. That's how loud they are.
Oh, Daniel. What's up? You're not looking too well. If you don't mind me saying, that is.
Oh no, I'm fine.
Akane? Well, you see, I like you, Akane. Please, would you consider going out with me? When's your birthday? What? It's October 29th, but I don't know what that has to do with anything. Oh, I see. A Scorpio. What's wrong? When is your birthday, then? November 15th. Sorry, but I don't think we're compatible with each other. What are you saying? You're a Scorpio, too! That's exactly the problem. Two Scorpios as a couple can often lead to a lot of drama and heartbreak in the end. I don't think I'd be able to take that. I'm sorry, but I don't think we're right for each other.
I guess I mentioned it in the original playthrough, but I guess I'll mention it again. Akane was based off someone that meant a lot to me by the name of Darlene. Her birthday was actually October 29th, and then mine is November 15th. However, though, that way it wasn't so obvious, or at least not as obvious. I basically gave the MC Darlene's birthday, and Akane has my birthday now by default. And at least Darlene serves as about 50% of the template for Akane, the other 50% being me, because, well, Darlene was not as... she was not reserved by any means. She was a little more confident in herself, or at least that was how I always saw her. So, at least, just to kind of offset some of Darlene's qualities, I guess you could say I mixed some of qualities of my own to try to find a balance. Because technically, there are two characters that I write that pay tribute to Darlene and how I saw her. Anyhow, I'm left speechless as Akane gets up from her desk and gives me a sad smile. She then gives me a polite kiss on the cheek before pulling away. You'll be happier with someone else. I promise. I can't say anything else as she turns on her heel and practically rushes out the door. Or out of the door. Or I guess out the door probably works too. But anyway. We did try to go over and correct as many things as we could, so apologies in advance. I'm very tempted to run after her until I feel a hand on my shoulder. Is that you, Satan? Okay, no. It's not Satan. It's Amy. When did she... Let her go, Daniel. You've lost this time. Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Tough luck. Or, tough luck, cause that boy's mine now. Okay. No, there is no Avril Lavigne here. Yeah, actually, no. I don't reference Avril Lavigne whatsoever in this mod. I did a Night Nurse, but... yeah. This time... Oh, I've said too much. Well, I should be off now. And... she just... zooms out. It's Amy's turn to rush out the door. Okay, I got it right here. But not with... I don't know. What is going on? I feel like I'm living in a cuckoo clock or something. I take my bag and make my way for the door. I don't even bother with the papers on that desk. They can just stay there. I don't care who sees all my grades. Right now, I feel like my heart was torn out of my chest and stomped into the ground. I take one last look outside as the sun begins setting. In doing so, I see something out there. Or rather, someone. I'm hallucinating. That's what it is. I'm not feeling well. I should get going. There is no weird shadow man out there. It's all just a figment of my imagination. It's a sign that I'm going to lose my mind if I don't do something. At least that's his logic here. I take my things and quickly walk out of the room. Why do you challenge your fate? Oh man, how long was I asleep for? Wait, everyone else is gone? Everyone except for Akane? Akane and Amy. Okay, time out here. It feels like I've gone through this before. If that's the case, why am I the only one freaking out about this? I almost don't want to bother confessing to Akane right now, even though I want to. I'm having a serious existential crisis here, and I don't know what's going on.
Daniel, what's the matter? You don't seem to be yourself right now.
What? No, you're just imagining things, that's all.
Then why do you look like you're having a nervous breakdown? And why were you busy making goo-goo eyes at Akane all day?
Now that's just...
Don't deny it, Daniel.
Ugh, I didn't think anyone would notice.
It's more than obvious, Daniel. Almost anyone with eyes can see that you've got it bad for Akane. Really bad. To be honest, I don't blame you since she is one of the most beautiful girls in her class. A little too quiet and reserved for me, but maybe she's right up your alley.
You think so?
You're weird. She's weird. I think you'd make a great couple. At least, you'd make a cute, weird little couple that'll have tons of cute, weird children.
Where do you get off?
So quit worrying and just confess to her.
Wait, you said anyone with eyes knows I've been looking at her. Does that mean Akane knows it too?
I don't know.
You're not helping here. Well, if you know about it, then what do you think?
It's all up to you. But considering how you're becoming a nervous wreck before you even walk up to her, I almost think you're a lost cause.
Who asked you anyway?
You did, genius.
Fine then. I don't know what came over me, but I get out of my desk, push past Amy, and wait straight up to Akane's desk. She looks up when she notices me in front of her. As I open my mouth to speak, my mind goes completely blank. Akane, when you...
Daniel, are you okay? Your face is really flushed right now. Do you have a fever?
I think the heat is getting to the boy. Look how red he is. No, I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, well, alright. Was there something you needed help with or anything?
I just wanted to say... I like you a lot, Akane. I've liked you for the longest time.
I'm afraid I'm gonna have to turn you down, Daniel.
Am I not good enough then?
Daniel, you're a good guy. Trust me. I just think it's better that we remain friends. Don't worry, I'm not going to think you're weird or make fun of you for liking me.
Kinda like Monika in Green Passion. Yeah. Maybe you're right.
You know, it's getting kinda dark outside.
Use your imagination.
I think you ought to leave in case you don't have anything else to do here. I have to stay here and study, though.
Could I stay here with you?
Oh, Daniel, you don't have to do that. I don't want to inconvenience...
My tongue stopped working again.
I don't want to inconvenience you in any way. I'll be fine here, so don't worry. You see, though, you really are a good guy, Daniel. Wanting to stay here with me like a gentleman. Being so sweet and considerate. I know you'll make some lucky girl happy.
I see. Well, then, I guess I'll see you around.
Yeah. I'll see you around.
I take a look at her before grabbing my stuff. Amy doesn't look at me or say anything as I pass by her. I take a quick glance outside to the fountain area. That's when I spot someone. Why does this person feel familiar to me? More than that, why are they giving off this murderous aura? I give my head a shake and look again. There's no one out there now. How bizarre. Maybe the stress is getting to me. As I get to the door, I take one last look at her. Upon doing so, I notice she covers her eyes. Bye, Akane.
Bye, Daniel.
Keep this in mind for later. Why was she sad, and why did she say all those things, despite making it sound like he's a great guy? With that, I take my leave. When will you accept the truth? I wake up in my classroom for what seems to be the 20th time. Although, in this game, it's technically the 7th time. At least, it feels like I've done this so many times. I look ahead of me. Akane and Amy. Yup. This feels like the same old song and dance as usual, and yet, it seems I'm the only one bothered by this. Most people would have some kind of existential crisis right now, but for some reason, I don't feel that way. It's almost as though I've become numb to this feeling because I've gone through it so many times. Is that really the case, though? Honestly, I'm not sure.
Thinking hard or just hardly thinking?
What?
You have this dopey expression on your face. You look more dopey than you usually do. Penny for your thoughts. Is it about Akane?
What is it to you, Amy?
No need to be rude, Daniel. I'm only saying that you're usually staring at her from a distance a lot. It almost seems like you're obsessed with her. Believe me when I say I know a few things about obsession.
You're making it sound like I'm stalking her or something.
I didn't say that now, did I? Although if the boot fits...
I didn't ask you to call me a stalker, Amy.
Then maybe you shouldn't be acting so creepy, Daniel.
Creepy? Is that what Akane thinks about me?
Real talk, though. You legitimately don't look very well. You should probably go home or something.
I give a tired sigh as I turn my head toward the window to collect my thoughts. I'm jolted awake when I see... Is that you, Satan? Okay, no. Him? Wait, who is that? Why does he look so... or why does he seem so familiar to me? Amy!
What?
Who's that outside? Amy looks out the window and then turns back to me.
What are you talking about? I don't see anyone out there.
Huh? I look out the window again. There's a clown on the wing of the plane! Okay, no. Sure enough, there's no one out there. There are no traces of whoever I saw out there whatsoever.
You're really starting to freak me out, Daniel. I'm not kidding around this time. You're so out of it that now you're hallucinating.
What? No, I feel fine, though.
I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to see a doctor somewhere about this.
I said I'm fine. I almost raise my voice as I say that. And, well, you don't... Well, it's not specifically stated here, but you actually hurt Amy's feelings by sort of raising your voice at her. Which, yeah, she does not appreciate you doing.
Alright, fine. Be that way. Whatever you say. If you're not going to listen to me, then maybe stepping outside for a bit might clear your head.
Right. I might just take you up on that. So, yeah, he actually did hurt Amy's feelings here. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't think I ever got to communicate that in the original or this. I get up from my desk and slowly walk to the door. Because, I mean, if you think about Amy, she's not gonna upfront say, "You hurt my feelings." No. If anything, yeah, she's gonna be more like this and just be very, very upset and talk to you angry. As I'm walking, I feel something in my pocket. I reach in and pull out what looks like 2 metallic puzzle pieces. I don't remember putting these in my pocket. Well, whatever. I put them back and resume going to the door. I quietly pass by Akane's desk and step outside. I've wanted to confess to Akane for the longest time, but if I'm not in the right frame of mind, I probably shouldn't. I almost lost my temper at Amy for crying out loud. As I begin to aimlessly walk through the hall, I hear a piano playing in the distance. There's only one room in the There's only one room in the entire school that has a piano, and that'd be the music room. Curious, I make my way over there. I step in, and I'm surprised to see Monika and Kodanoa, a girl in my class I'm sort of familiar with. It seems like they're just kind of having fun playing music together. They both stop once they catch a glimpse of me.
My, I didn't think we'd be having an audience, Kodo.
Ah. Let me try that again.
My, I didn't think we'd be having an audience, Kodo. Oh, I certainly didn't think so, Monika.
Huh?
That's okay, Daniel. We're both just sort of having fun anyway. Right. For being such big fans of music, it's a shame we never had the chance to practice together like this.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about you practicing the piano, Monika.
Yeah. I think I've gotten the hang of things since Kodo's been giving me lessons here and there.
It almost slipped my mind that she was president of the music club. I'm a little surprised you didn't join them, not gonna lie.
I did think about it, but since I wanted to put my focus on another one of my passions, well... Considering how well we've done with the literature club, I think it's safe to say I made the right choice.
It seems like forever since I joined the literature club. I've really enjoyed all the time we spent together as a club, and how we all connected. Yeah. I'm glad I got to join and meet all of you, as well as getting to reconnect with Sayori.
Oh, well thank you, Daniel. I guess that means I was able to accomplish what I set out to do with our club.
Okay. Sorry. I guess I'm trigger happy a little.
It's a shame we'll all be graduating in a few months, though. I really am going to miss this school and all the memories we've had here.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, I'm going to miss all of you.
We can still stay in touch, though, right?
We definitely can.
Dang it.
We definitely can. Time moves so quickly, though, and change comes with it. I can only hope we don't drift apart.
Well, I guess just for the sake of these videos, I guess I'll make an exception, but this is pretty much like a reverse reference to Tainted Love. Except instead of having Monika and Akane, instead of having Monika and Kodanoa be essentially enemies, they're actually very good friends here. They go to the same school, and at the same time, they are kind of talking about things like drifting apart and memories, which are some of the things that Kodanoa and Monika would talk to you about in that game. Specifically, like Kodanoa kind of saying, once you go back home, are you going to forget about me or whatever? And also talking about change and Well, both of them do talk about change in their own way. So, at least in that aspect. Anyhow.
I'd miss you all terribly. I suppose that's why I suggested to Monika that we have a bit of fun in the music room before exams creep up on us.
Yeah, I guess you have a point there. There's a brief silence hanging over us until Monika gives me a smile.
So, have you told her yet?
My face feels red as she gives me a peculiar look. Yup.
Oh, he's so adorable when he's blushing. I think you should let down on the teasing, though, Monika. You're going to break him if you go too far.
I guess another case of the, I think the heat is getting to the boy. Look how red he is.
What are you talking about? You heard Kodo, Daniel. Time is going by pretty quickly, and we're going to be graduating. Have you told her yet?
Is it that obvious?
Anyone with eyes can see it, Daniel. Sayori's even told me about how you sometimes talk about her.
Darn it, Sayori.
She has a point, though. You don't want to sit around later in life thinking about what you didn't do when you let the chance slip you by, right?
I know you're right, but...
You do know that Akane is a friend of mine, right? You both talk to each other a lot, but I know this is something totally different. I could put in a good word for you so you can talk to her privately about it. I'm sure she'd be willing to listen if I told her it's you.
I know, but... I just feel like this is something I have to do on my own. Call it stupid pride or whatever, but I want to talk to her without any help.
I think I understand you, Daniel. I can respect that. I agree with Kodonoa, though. You don't want to look back on this years from now and regret never asking her out, do you?
No, I just... God, I don't know why I just freeze up whenever I've tried to talk to her.
It doesn't help that Akane is pretty shy in her own right sometimes. Quite the conundrum, if you ask me.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and leave you to your jam session.
Oh, wait, Daniel. I know it's a bit silly, but can you do a favor for us?
A favor? What kind of favor?
Would you mind getting us something from the vending machine? We've been at this for a while now, and well... We're both quite parched from all the time we've spent here. Not to mention I feel as though someone hasn't heard about this wonderful invention called the air conditioner in this school. Now that you mention it, the school does feel kind of warm.
Before I can say anything more, Monika puts some change in my hand.
There you go.
Monika, wait,
No, Daniel, there's no need to worry.
And I realized this later, but... these next two sentences, almost word for word, comes from Tainted Love.
Besides, I'd feel bad if I made you pay for the both of us.
When they're going out to the mall to eat, and Kodonoa's even here, saying that MC should pay for both their meals. And then Monika kind of steps in, she's like, I'll help and whatever, and then he's like, wait, Monika, no, and no, there's no need to worry, besides I'd feel bad if I made you pay for both of us. So I'm like, unfortunately, since this script was sitting around for so long, I don't remember if that was my intention. Just kind of put a subtle Tainted Love reference in this, or if it was just pure coincidence all along.
I'm the one asking, so it's only right.
Well, alright. You don't have anything specific in mind?
Just regular water should be fine. Same for me. Thank you, Daniel.
I walk out of the room as the two club presidents resume talking. I don't really pick up on anything as I tune them out.
Are you sure about not telling him? No. Akane pretty much told me the same thing. Huh? Somehow that doesn't surprise me. It's kind of funny, don't you think? We have these two shy people head over heels for each other, and yet they're both afraid to talk to each other. quite ironic, and yet those two really were made for each other, don't you think? I'd say so. I just wish I could help them somehow.
As I go up to the vending machine, I start putting in Monika's change. As I scan the selection of drinks, I see a shuttle looming from behind me. I quickly turn around just to find nothing there. I don't know what's going on with me today. I shake it off and punch in the numbers for the 2 water bottles. Punch the keys, for God's sakes! As I reach into the machine, I feel something metallic alongside the 2 water bottles. What in the... What is this? What is this? I take the 2 bottles, and then I reach in and pull out a small piece of metal. It can't be. Can it? I take out the 2 metallic puzzle pieces and hold them up. They match. What even are these things, and why do I have them? This day gets stranger and stranger. I put all 3 puzzle pieces in my pocket and take the 2 water bottles back to the girls. Here you go, you 2.
Thanks so much. Quite the gentleman, aren't you? I imagine you'll surely make some lucky girl happy.
Oh, well, it's no problem at all. Well, I guess I better get going then.
Remember what we talked about, though, okay?
Yeah, I know. I walk out of the music room and return to my classroom.
Bye, Daniel. And do be careful. Don't rush into things head first without consideration.
I look at the clock and then back to Akane. How long was I gone for? I think about 10 minutes. She's already packing up her things.
I can't believe I've been here for so long. I have to get home.
As I walk up to Akane, I suddenly stop. Monika's words buzz around in my head, and yet... Would Akane even want me as a boyfriend? I take a step back. I can't do it. I can't tell her. What would she even want with someone like me? Creepy. Is that how Akane might see me?
I'll see you tomorrow, Daniel.
Huh? Oh, see you, Akane. I wasn't even paying attention. I hadn't realized she passed by me. Well, I guess I won't know what she thinks about me now. I didn't even get a chance to try and tell her how I feel about her. I let out a defeated sigh as I go back to my desk. Amy isn't there anymore, but she left her notebook behind. I take it in my hands. It feels so familiar and yet kind of dangerous too. Why though? It's just a notebook, right? I slide it into my backpack. I'll give it back to her when I see her tomorrow. I then casually make my way out of the room. You continue to fight against fate. So I think I am going to go ahead and... I think that is a good place to kind of stop it for now, and I think this is almost close to when I think this is close to where the original video, the very first one, like leaves off at. More or less around this area. But, okay. So, yeah, I'm not really going to be able to sit down and marathon through it like I did before. But anyway, next time, I guess, we're going to see what is going on with this crazy time loop thing, and... well, like, what's going on just in general. But anyway, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with What Else I Do. stay golden, and later, folks.